president or his coolies have put forth that there are any single resource from taxpayers in Minnesota that has gone to aid and abate terrorism. That language is dangerous. That language puts the lives of Somalis not only in Minnesota, but across the country in danger. And if the president believed that and he had evidence, he would take people to court. So we are sick and tired of the president waking up one day and deciding to put forth falsehoods and demonize whole communities, while the ignorant people that support him then take the lies that he's spreading and use it as a fact.
The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks.
Welcome to the Common Sense Philosophy channel. Today's title is Somali People and Mr. Trump. Somali People and Mr. Trump. As you probably already heard, President Trump has said some things that may have offended people. And you also may have heard some of the Somali representatives have said some things that may have offended you, United States of America, and definitely President Trump. Very interesting to me of just overall what's going on. I had heard here and there of some of the issues, but not to this degree that it's got now. Like, I heard a little bit about the fraud and things of that such, but not to the millions that they're saying. And some try to put a billion with a B on it. I don't know. There's millions of dollars of Medicare fraud. And even if that is the case, I don't know if you can just put it on the whole, every Somali person, just because there's some people. But I do see the other side is, it's like, well, if this is America, they're utilizing things that our people need. And they're just using it as a scam and sending the money back to their home country while saying that they hate it here because of the way it is. I guess a lot of this has to be thought out. I guess you have to try to make sense out of a lot of this. So I see both issues. As the president or the CEO of a company, you're always going to care about the fiscal years, the financial status, where's the money going, where's the revenue. So you're going to go through the paperwork in the books, as we would say. You're going to do proper accounting. I also understand if it's your people, you want to represent your people in a certain way. So I can really see both sides. But let me tell you, as I go down this path of this fraud, it is a lot to see. It really is. So not trying to be emotional about it, because emotionally you want to say leave people alone. But as you start to go down this path of fraud, it's a lot there. That's all I'm going to say. It's a lot there. So, take your time and go through it. Thanks for visiting the channel, Common Sense Philosophy. We're going to keep this going. I'm going to play some more videos for y'all. We'll see you on the other side. Yep.
We do not blame the lawlessness of an individual on a whole community. What we also know is that there is not a single evidence that the president or his coolies have put forth that there are any single resource from taxpayers in Minnesota that has gone to aid and abate terrorism. That language is dangerous. That language puts the lives of Somalis not only in Minnesota, but across the country in danger. And if the president believed that and he had evidence, he would take people to court. So we are sick and tired of the president waking up one day and deciding to put forth falsehoods and demonize whole communities, while the ignorant people that support him then take the lies that he's spreading and use it as a fact. We've seen it during the campaign where he said Asians were eating cats and dogs. We've seen his vice president repeat those lies. We've seen the media run it as a headline as if it was a fact. That is shameful. That is shameful. That is ignorant. It makes us look like a stupid nation that does not believe in truth but traffics in lies. It makes the world mock us, and we are better than that. We are better than that as Americans.
The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain, and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it. Thank you very much, everybody.
For Somalians in the Twin Cities of Minnesota, it was announced today. This is after President Donald Trump gave a speech about Somalians at the cabinet meeting today, where he said he didn't want them in the country. He said they complain and they take, but they don't contribute to society. Where is this coming from? Well, it was reported by the New York Times and every other major news outlet. There was a massive fraud scheme in Minnesota over the last several years. It was run by a group of Somalians that stole from the social services of the state to the tune of billions of dollars. This was a massive, massive fraud scheme. But look, I lived in Minneapolis for 10, 11 years. I knew Somalians. I worked with Somalians. I ate a lot of great Somalian food. My daughters went to school with little Somali kids from kindergarten through elementary school. And like every group of people, the vast majority of them are awesome, hardworking, really decent people who came to this country legally to get asylum after a really terrible civil war there. So what's happening here, in my view, is that a group of people is being punished for the actions of a few. And that doesn't make sense to me. And it doesn't seem like how we operate in America. But I want to know, what do you think about this case? Let me know in the comments.